Rock and Rye. Yep. Dr. Faygo. Candy Apple. 64.
As an old Russian saying goes, tell me what you drink and I'll tell you who you are. If you drink Faygo, there's a good chance you are a Michigander. Americans with Russian roots have been responsible for a number of important discoveries and innovations in science and technology. In front of you stands the factory of another invention by immigrants from Russia, Faygo. This small family business would grow to become the largest independently owned soft drink business in the United States. Perry and Ben Fagenson came to the U.S. at the turn of the 19th century, part of the first major wave of mass immigration from Russia to this country. After living briefly in Cleveland, where Perry worked in a bakery, they moved to Detroit in 1905. Perry opened a bakery at 498 St. Antoine, between Division and Alfred. His brother Ben had experience working in his brother-in-law's soft drink business in Cleveland. In 1908, the two decided to open the Fagenson Brothers Bottling Works in the rear of a house at 118 Benton, at the corner of Benton and St. Antoine, in an Eastern European Jewish neighborhood. They acquired several properties on Hastings, and for a number of years the bottling works operated alternately out of 507 Hastings and 118 Benton. It is perhaps on this spot that they began experimenting with adding frosting flavorings to pop. Their first flavors were strawberry, fruit punch, and grape. After making a batch of soda on one day, they would spend the next day driving around in a horse-drawn carriage to sell it. For this reason, you could only buy Faygo in Detroit at that time. In the late 1910s, the brothers focused on making the pop more shelf-stable and moved to a factory on Beaubien at the corner of Erskine in 1920. Business grew rapidly thanks to Prohibition, in spite of the fact there were 40 other soda businesses in Detroit. The name of the business was shortened from Fagenson Brothers Bottling Works to Faygo in 1921. And in 1935, the business was moved to the Gratiot factory in front of you, which was previously owned by the Kolb Gottfriedson Horse Company, a horse and cattle trading business. The Fagensons' original neighborhood was ultimately demolished for urban renewal projects, which morphed into a vibrant African-American neighborhood called Paradise Valley. The neighborhood was again razed in the 1960s to build the Chrysler Freeway. Faygo is a thriving company today, but it is no longer associated with the Russian family who created it. In 1986, they sold the company to Tree Sweet, which in turn sold it to the National Beverage Corporation. But the impact of the ingenuity of the Russian Jewish immigrants who started Faygo over a century ago continues to be felt in Michigan and beyond, and has become an integral part of local Michigan culture. Here is a clip from Insane Clown Posse's famous Faygo Armageddon.